nice spot. I take it. Have you reached out to a few investors? So what have they been saying?
We start talking to people that are interested in playing. So the best investors are the people that play the game. And there's a lot of celebrities like LeBron James and KD and stuff like that. They invest in pickleball teams and equipment, right? So I haven't reached out to any celebrities yet, but would like to. But it's a good way to get funding is to talk to the celebrities, because that's
Yeah,
where the hype is right now.
it shouldn't be this difficult to just have a conversation with somebody. Can you please turn that into a shirt? I will buy one. Please, please, bro. Conversations with like PCs or angels or um,
No, I mean I talked to a couple of friends who own their own company. I know a bunch of CEOs that run like
yeah,
a couple $100 million company, and they said for my particular business model, he recommends not going through VCs instead. Because
I
if you go
completely
through
agree. Yeah,
VCs, you have someone you have to report to, and then you got to give them
yeah,
status. There's a level of responsibility
yeah.
that he doesn't recommend. He said, just go to like people that are interested in the game, that play, and those individual ones could invest that way as opposed to going through VCs.
Perfect. Yeah, I
I
completely
don't know.
agree.
Yeah,
No, I agree. It's giving you a lot of really good advice there. It's true. You should always aim for trying to do it on yourself and operate as a like a traditional business. And then just see as investment as like a lifeline. So it
yeah,
depends. If you like realistically, like how much cash do you need? And you don't have to share on the platform because I know it's like a public forum, but like figure out like how much cash do you really need to
yeah,
unlock you to go to the next level, right? And then
right,
if those are your like if those are your friends and they're running like a couple $100 million businesses, I
right,
would definitely raise a friends and family around, just be like, hey guys, like loan me some money, I'll pay it back, or like you can even try to sweeten the deal and be like, okay, I'll double your whatever you give me, I'll double it because you know where you're going. But you're gonna
right,
like, and I don't mean to say this in any condescending way. I just to say like I would tell this to my brother, right? Because it's like, okay, you have to really know the economics of your business, right? Like really
right,
understand exactly what it is you're doing, how much does it cost you to do it, and how much does it return. For us, in the app business, we are focused on like the user, right? And say, okay, how much does it cost us to acquire one user? Maybe it's like $1, $1.50, right? To acquire
right,
one user. And
right,
okay, how much is that user, what we call the lifetime value or LTV, all that.
right,
And how much is that one person is going to bring back for you in the total time of their like experience on the app, right? So let's say you acquire them for $1.50, and over the lifetime they bring you back about a $3. That's okay business, not so bad, right? Because it's okay. So you just have to figure out how much it costs for you to sell one of those paddles
hmm,
for like, what
right,
exactly, including everything like manufacturing, everything included, and see exactly how much one is gonna, and what's the return on that. Once you understand that, I think you can what they once you speak to your friends and you tell them like, hey, this is a business serious business opportunity, and they really might just give it because they're cool with you and they're friends and kind of like they just look out for you, and then
hmm,
just make that money work, because then you can always pay back that loan, and you're kind of flying. When you get into like any other type of funding, it gets really dangerous. There's a lot at stake. um so I definitely agree with his advice.
yeah. So that's where I'm at, and it's just a matter of
Yeah.
talking. We already have some investors already, but they
Nice.
want a contract. So now we have to figure out what type of contract to work with them, because we
Do
don't want
you
to
do
get an
you,
investor that wants a piece of the company. We
yeah.
actually only want an investor just to be in it and then out of it quick. Because
Do
if
you
you
want me
get
to
invest,
can I share with you a really good startup lawyer? He can really help you out with that. Sorry, got you.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
remembered his
yeah,
name.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Um, to message that to me. Um,
I,
yeah, we want someone who's in and out because we don't want to have that responsibility long term. Because if he is someone that has a say in the company, then whatever
yeah,
decisions that we make has to, we have to go through like a board or committee, and we don't want that because that's going to hold us back, right? We want to
yeah.
be able to act quickly, do something quickly. We don't have to worry about someone. So we have the investor type that says, okay, they want like, $5 per paddle for the first 2,000 paddles, right, or something like that. So
Yeah.
then if you look at it that way, they get double their returns if we sell 2,000 paddles. So then after the 2,000 paddles up, they're done. We don't have to worry about them anymore. So those are the type of investors we want, as opposed to someone that wants a stake of the company.
Okay. Um, Let me see. I'm going to send him an email and CC you. Uh, just send me your email address and I'll send it over to him and I'll introduce you guys.
All right, sure. 1 second. I can chat with this. Okay. You are Ray or Softworks?
The
Which one are
software.
you?
So yeah, using the company. Um, I'm using the company account. Yeah, my name is Ali, by the way.
Okay, nice to meet you, Ellie.
Yeah, nice meeting you too, bro.
All right, I sent you my email.
All right, sweet. Got you, man. Yeah, I think he'll help you unlock that for you because when it comes to that, the legalities of these things, it's very important to focus on it, get it right because
Yeah.
it's dangerous stuff. So yeah, take care of that. I think, man, it sounds like you're already like you guys are good to go, man. You're about to take off.
We are. The only thing we need left is to get money, and then we'll be good. So that's primarily the reason why I joined is I got to figure out how to do that and work out the contracts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah,
but yeah, we have a
you have
team. We have
options.
a good team. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good. I think you have options in terms of funding. You can let's see, let's try. I'm gonna try to run through them. Like so, friends and family usually the first one, and the second one is which is highly unfavorable, but bank loans. There's a
Yeah.
way where you can take. I've seen this man so many times. I used to work in a tax office, and some
Hmm.
some of these guys used to come in and start businesses. Interesting. So they would borrow money from their friends and family, and then they would take that money, register the company with it, and then put that money into a bank account in the same entity that they registered. And then you take
Hmm.
that entity with the money in the bank account, and you go to the bank and you can pull out a loan, credit line.
Hmm.
And depending on the amount, and of course, credit scores are at play here. And then at that point, you kind of unlock more capital, uh, and then you can start. Usually, at that stage, it's when you want to connect the product with the market, which is so it sounds like where you're at. And another option would be angel. Angel comes before VC. So these guys are
Hmm.
just individuals that like your friends are. Like they just have
Right.
some
Right.
stashed money and they're ready to go. Then VCs becomes a business. It's really a business. Like they don't care about you. They don't care about your idea. It's really just like
Right. Right.
a business for them. And then
Right.
after that, it switches to institutional again. So sort of like huge government bonds, loans, and things like that, or these huge companies like JP Morgan or these
Hmm. Hmm.
banks where they lend you like 150 million plus.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right.
yeah, and then there's also bootstrapping, which you just side hustle. It's the whole thing. Um, Crowdfunding, where you can give access to anyone who like the idea to pay for it to help you get off the ground. Actually,
Right.
crowdfunding sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Kickstarter and all that GoFundMe stuff too.
Yeah.
We're getting all that stuff go, but right now, like you said, the angel investors are what we're looking at right now. But I don't know how do I find these angel investors? How do I find these individuals that want to make a quick buck and then be done?
That's the game. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like all like I don't mean to be mean, but that's really like that's where a lot of founders get stuck.
Right.
Um, and so navigating that space is an art, and but anyone can do it, and you like it just takes practice.
Gotcha.
Get ready for a lot of rejection. Um, go to events that are within that space, and then look at the people that are hosting it or are sponsoring it.
Gotcha.
Um, you can still they'll start to connect you with their people and the folks. Just have conversations with them, and they're very receptive. Um, what niche Ray, what industry would you consider this in? Because we're in fintech, but what
Mm.
industry would this be?
Rec? Rec sports?
Recreational
Yeah.
sports. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
I
Yeah,
know
I'm
a lot
trying
of.
to figure that out. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, go
if
ahead.
there's a
Go
Y
ahead.
in your area, if there are a YMCA in your area, I know a lot of uh, people like to play their games there while they're retired. I know pickleball is
Yeah.
huge at the Y.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. So this is really good. We're making three types of paddles, and we know the market, right? So it's just a matter of producing it and getting into the market, right? So we need to have that volume. We need to have social media. We need to have videos, and all that requires
Mm,
money, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's interesting. Okay, so yeah, it just you have finding that industry of angels that would invest. I think for you, the more I think about it, the more I think that you probably would want to go to investors that invest in physical products.
Right.
Um, I'm not sure if they would do because I mean, your technology is about the silence, the how silent it is, how quiet it is.
Well, we're making, legitimate paddles that people use on a day-to-day base, but we're also making, a couple extra ones that have new technology that makes the paddle a little bit extra. I mean, it's definitely gives them a competitive edge as well because you get more power, you get more spin, and you get quietness in addition to the noise. So there's a lot of variables that come in play.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a website?
Yeah, it's not up yet, but we have a website coming up soon.
Okay. Do you
It'll-
have any like photos or anything online? Just trying to grab like my
we,
brain around it. It's really cool.
yeah, we haven't posted anything online yet, but we have over a couple thousand pictures and videos and people playing with it, and and pictures of me and the mayor. So we went to a couple of grand openings of parks, and we took pictures with the mayor and shook hands and stuff like that.
oh, jeez.
So yeah, we have
You should be
a lot of
sharing
content,
that.
a lot of content. Yeah, but
So,
it's not on the website yet.
have you set up social media accounts already?
Yeah, I have a PR person. He's located in Virginia, so he's going to be managing. Right now, he's a senior director working for another company. So this is like again, a side gig for him. But we have a PR person taking care of all that, and he's done crowdsource funding and a bunch of other stuff in the past, so he has a lot of experience with that. But right now, we need to focus on just our particular company. So I don't want to interrupt him with his daily work because he's doing this for free pro bono right now until we start making money, right? So once we start making money, then he'll get a percentage of it. But right now, he has his own day-to-day work, and I have my own day-to-day work as well. Because that's what's paying the bills right now, right?
We know all about that. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
So Lily, she just joined as well. Do you want to? Do you guys know her? Does she want to introduce herself a little bit?
Oh, hey Lily. Sorry, yeah, we were really trying to get into his business. How you doing, Lily? Do you hear us?
It takes a minute because the muting, and I'm using my phone right now, so
Oh yeah,
kind of
sometimes we do.
inconvenient.
Yeah, we do get some people that want to just be the fly on the wall, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm just glad you joined, man. It's cool. It's cool. It's a cool idea.
Yeah, I appreciate it, right? So, and I appreciate any help you guys can offer in terms of, getting angel investors, of finding people to. We know there's people that have money, right? And we're not asking for a lot, $5,000-6,000,
That's
per
it.
investor, because our goal is to raise like maybe a couple 100,000, because
Oh,
then we can buy like a lot of we can make a lot of paddles, like we can make like, I don't know, 10,000 paddles if we
Oh,
can raise like 100,000, right? Because if you look at the numbers, Selkirk and Jula, one of the top companies, paddles alone is a multi-billion-dollar market. And so Jula and Selkirk, some of the bigger brand companies, Wilson and Franklin and stuff like that.
yeah.
Last year, Selkirk sold over 216,000 paddles in 2022. And the projected market for 2023 is 25% higher than last year. So just one company is selling over 216,000 paddles. And this is just paddles, not including accessories and other equipment, related to it. And so, we just want, a couple thousand out of that 216,000, right? So we're looking at maybe only 1% of like what other companies are doing, in terms of sales. So if we can get to 1% just for this year, I'd be super happy, and that's 2,000 paddles. And then I project we should be able to sell maybe 20 to 50,000 by next year. Then our popularity will have grown, the brand would have grown, and everything else would have been would be online. And so we are hoping to get maybe 500% growth next year, and by that time, we can start saying, okay, we can quit our day job, we can do this full time. And my end goal is just to get the company to get sold, so if I can get Wilson or Franklin to buy us out, I'll be done, like early retirement, and that's it. That's all I need. I'm at the point where I don't need more stress in my life. I just want to be able to live
yeah.
simply,
Yeah.
and then
That's
just
the
get
realest
by.
thing ever, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the realest thing ever. Yeah. No,
So if you
I
guys
completely
want to
understand.
invest, we're not asking for a lot in seed funding, because $5,000, I can probably double that amount for you in returns. You make a quick 5,000. It's better than buying in stocks, right? Because stocks, there's a high risk to it. Whereas
Yeah.
our option is low risk, right? You can get in 5,000. You're gonna probably make 10,000 out of it. Done, right there. And then we're only looking at 1% of what all the big companies are making, right? And we know we can sell that amount because the demand of it right now, the market demand is huge. It's high, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking at, you getting a tip of the iceberg, and hopefully, if we do really well, next year we'll be like a big name. We'll get some sponsors. We'll get celebrities in. We'll get people that are somebody, playing and using it, and then we'll get more famous. So that's the idea.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. You know, I'm processing right now. Trying to think who I know personally that might be able to help you out. What is the length on return in terms of, like you said, like if we give you 5K, you'll double it to 10K. How long before you double it?
So the goal is, let's say, you know, you get $5 per paddle, right? So
Mhm.
that means we sell 1,000 paddles. You should be able to get your return if you get $5 per paddle, right? Um, and then if we sell 2,000, then you'll be able to double it. So the idea is, okay, you put 5K, if we hit 2,000 paddles, you get $5 per paddle, you get double your returns. So it really depends on the point in time where we're able to hit the 2,000 paddle mark, right? Which should be this
Oh,
year, right? We should be able to sell 2,000 paddles by this year, is my estimate, my forecast. Because the
wait, so
rate of paddle
you're already
sales,
selling them, right?
we have pre-orders right now. I think we have about 5 to 20 pre-orders, but that's only by word of mouth. Because what we've been doing is going to different parks and talking to players and having them demo our paddles, and then giving them
Yeah.
our business card and emails. And of the people that we've talked to, we've gone to like 6 or 7 different parks. We get at least 8 people say, "Hey, yeah, I like it. I want to buy it." You got a
Yeah.
website? Where do I sign up for one? So, and we're selling them for like $150 each, which is pretty average. The highest one is about $300 if you want like a high end paddle, and then the
Yeah.
low cheap ones are about $50 online or at Walmart, right? So we're selling at the mid range, premium value, but they're high quality. Like our paddles are about the same as the same quality as a $300 paddle. But you're getting it for a good deal, and you get $5 out of the 150 for the first, say, 2,000 paddles. Then you get your $10,000 back. And so it's just a matter of like, at what point do we hit 2,000 paddle sales? If you look at the numbers, per month for like some of the big brands, they sell 20, 30,000 paddles a month, right?
Yeah.
So for us, I'm looking because we don't have the product out yet, right? So once we go public with the product, start marketing, I'm looking sometime in August, right? We should be able to start selling it. Um, so from August to the end of the year, 4 months, we have 4 months to sell the 2,000 paddles, and I think it's pretty reachable.
Okay. Yeah, man. It sounds like you have a plan, and that's really important. Um, it's good. So it's reasonable. Within the next few months is what you say, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to think who I'm thinking about, for somebody that's or that would be interested. Um, it's just that like my personal network has just been so focused and siloed in the app space, in the like at the software space.
Right.
Uh, I'm just trying to think who else would be interested. But yeah, man, I got your email. I'll definitely like connect you, and I'll try to spend some time thinking about it, and
Sure.
see
I took
who,
the
who I
notes
can do.
just in case you do think of someone.
Perfect. Perfect, right? Awesome, man. Yeah, no, that's cool. I still think you could possibly just put it on like a social network, start like a page, like start promoting it, like open it up for more pre-orders, take that money, like start investing it into the product and like start delivering the product, and you just like unlock yourself because those things are very trendy. What the
Right.
space you're in is very trendy. Like if you were to get like a famous, like athlete to kind of just kind of say, hey, yeah, I endorse this and this product, that will go miles for you. They'll put you right up there with all those big brands. And so, yeah, I think that, but that is a longer route, and depends on, like you say, you don't want the stress. That's very real. It's very true. Um, yeah, we can do, maybe we can do both, right? We can try to see who's interested, but at the same time, kind of just try to put in the work. Yeah, my bad, man. My brain goes into this like problem solving mode.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, like, we're here to inspire and innovate people. So if you have an idea, someone else is going to get an idea off your idea, and then, hopefully it explodes, right? So all
Yeah.
good.
That's true. That's true. That is true, man. That's cool. Well, I'm glad you joined us, man. It's good to have you. Uh,
Here, see, I know one thing that we've been trying to do for the last two, almost 3 months now. We're trying to build out all our LinkedIn networks.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
So like literally everyone that hops on here, we'll gladly connect with. So there's mine. Okay, let me give you the main Softwurx page too. And if you are interested, we're also running a Discord server. So if anyone, like all of our past guests are on there, so if they think of any other questions, they'll just pop it up on there and we try to answer it right away.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's true. Also, if you're interested, I just got an idea. So we are running a private prototype showcase, right? Right now for our product Paradoxy, and our plan is to get people that are within our target market, but are also focused in like day trading or who are interested in investing, to join the platform. So it's going to be like a small group and it's going to slowly grow. If you're interested, we could send you an invitation to the prototype as well, so that you can join and maybe have a conversation on the app and just share what you just shared with me right now. And as we add more, folks that are in the investing space to that early prototype showcase, maybe somebody will be interested. You never know.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, it's definitely good networking experience.
Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I got your email, so yeah, I'll definitely reach out.
I just followed you, Ray, on LinkedIn, so
Oh,
and now
or I'm on there
Softwurx,
right now. Let's
right?
see.
Softwurx page not found. Oh, company base.
Oh, did I give you the name? The wrong one? Oh, okay.
All right, you got me.
I'm not
I'm
seeing anything
following the
on
company.
mine. I'll look through the
Really?
Softworks one. Yeah. Are you following Softworks now?
I'm following Softworx, and then I followed you as well. Full name is Chanrif, so Chan is just the shortened version of it.
Here's oh, there you are.
It might not be right away. There's a slight delay, with LinkedIn.
Yeah, there we go.
And then Ali L. Yeah, so I figure if we can raise, 100,000 to 200,000, that'd be enough seed funding to get us started. And then once we have money, we can, you can build the paddles, we can sell it. Once we sell it, we'll have more money to make more, to build more paddles. So there's a startup company called CRBN, similar situation to us, the, local paddle company, and they just exploded. So let me see, how many paddles did they sell? CRBN sold paddles in 2022.
This is CRBN.
Yeah, that's the name of a paddle company that grew. Blah, blah, blah. They also had some band paddle. Does Google have the information? No, Google doesn't show that information. They only show the big companies. How many paddles did CRBM sell? No, they don't have that data. Don't have that data. Oh, there we go. This analysis trend. But there's a lot of forecasters. Like by 2030, they project it to be $155.4 billion in sales by 2030. That's pickleball equipment, including paddles and everything. That's a lot. 155.4 billion. So imagine getting just a small percentage of that. That'd be huge.
That's true. But you already have them ready, right? If you want to show, they want to see.
Yep, we have them ready. We have prototypes on site, but they're prototypes. They're not final production yet. Well, once we go to China, we're going to tweak the design, make them good quality. We have to build testing equipment because we want to make sure they don't break. We have to test in like 100-degree weather. We have to test cold weather.
Wet weather.
Yeah,
The
windy
humidity
weather.
out here.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
there's no humidity, right? Yeah, so we have to do a lot of testing. So we probably don't want to release yet until we have fully tested it well.
Yeah, you want to take it step by step. Cool, man. Dude, that's awesome.
Something I've done. We were just talking about it before you hopped on. I know I've been trying to use TikTok trends, and so
Yep.
I have a 3D printing business as a side thing. So it's all Disney based, and
Yeah.
I basically followed all the Disney creators that make content on Disney World.
Right.
And so then I would tag them or I would leave comments on their videos. And at some point I started getting attention, and yeah, they would leave reviews for my stuff.
Yeah.
And so I got to the point where my little what I meant to pay for my 3D printer eventually, I'm making, what did I say, like 900 a week now off
Yeah.
of it.
Nice. But does it take a big toll on you? Do you have to like spend a lot of time, or do you have like an automated process in place to print these things? So the minute you get an order, the printer will start printing it right away, right?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about something like that. I think the big obstacle is just making a little mechanism that people have done where it pushes it off the printing bed so I can just get the next one started. Because my printer does have what was it, cloud printing?
No way. Does?
Yeah.
So you can print from anywhere?
Yeah.
Dude,
Right now
you
it's
think
more
we
like
have-
a history thing. Like I can print what I print previously, but that's not an issue. I'm printing literally the same thing.
Yeah, that's good. So good. What about like supplies? You have to like connect stuff. Like every time, let's say you get like a high volume order, like you need 10 items printed. Can the cloud print solution do 10 items automatically, or do you have to like be there to do the printing?
I think on the print bed I can fit like 6, 7 on there, but that is something I have noticed. I've come across, like the spools that I buy are
They run out, right? Yeah.
yeah. So like I need to get a bigger handle to hold like the 3K
Yeah.
spools because I
That way you can do high volume, but then it's also based on performance of it, right? So the other option you could think about is have multiple 3D printers, right? So
Yep,
that you
that's
can
what
have
I
them
need to get
going
to
at
right
the
now.
same time. Yeah. Yeah.
The other thing with that too is like this one's in a bad spot. It's really loud.
Yeah.
I had to plan like a 1 hour gap so that I wouldn't have this running during this this event.
Right. Right.
Oh, I
Or
didn't
you
know
have
you
to
had to.
build soundproofing.
Yeah.
You put those soundproof walls in, right? But that's pretty cool. One of the things we're looking at is building the handles
Uh-huh.
for the pickleball paddles from 3D printers.
Oh.
Because
Oh, there
we
you
want custom
go.
handles for the paddles. But we have a manufacturing company in China now. But for the prototypes, because when we
Oh,
were making it by hand, we're using wood, whatever we could find. We didn't have a 3D printer to do it. But this is only for prototypes. In the
Okay.
real
that's
product,
yeah.
we have the company in China doing it. so we don't have to worry about it. So that's the
There you
other
go.
thing, could you have would it make sense to have an offsite company or third party person to do your printing for you? That way you don't have to worry about the noise. You don't have to worry about the volume. You don't have to worry about, all the other stuff. So there's pros and cons in doing it. So if, let's say you find a company in India or China to do your 3D printing models, then you have to pay the import and the delay and the lead time to get your things printed. But you could do high volume, right, out of it.
Dang, that's
Mm,
true. That is
that's true.
something I could
And it'd
consider.
be a lot, it'll be a lot cheaper too. I mean, trust me, because when we were building, I spent like almost a couple $1,000s now. And then we were building prototypes and we're buying the supplies, we're cutting it by hand, we're grinding it, we're gluing stuff together. It
Oh,
took
so
us a long
yeah,
time to get the pro.
you're trying to get out of that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, we want to get out of it. So that's why we have the company in China taking care of it.
The realest conversation ever, man. It's true. It's like that's the grind of the founder, right? Like you're like, I'm doing this, so I don't have to do this anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I know that feeling.
I know it's funny.
It's like,
I barely have time to print out like things that I want.
nah, the hobby
Right?
turned into business. Game over.
Yeah,
Game
yeah.
over. Um, well, if anything, I guess this is like a support group. Nice. It's a good one. It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing. Wow, man. y- I'm in the Bay Area too, so maybe one of these days we can connect or something, right?
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Yeah, really cool. Have you checked out any of the like the maker spaces?
No, not yet. I mean, I've been so busy, with this business and talking to people. We also know a bunch of pros that play pickleball.
Oh
So, what the
wow.
other option we're thinking about is, we have to get someone to use our paddle in like a
Mm.
official tournament or some league, right? So that,
Mm.
people see
Dude.
it. So once we have that, then our sales are going to skyrocket. Once
Yeah.
they see professionals using it, right? So we do know a bunch of professionals. My partner, has connection with that. So that's going to be definitely there, and our sales will definitely grow once that happens. But like first thing first, we need to get money. We need to get all our chicks and all our eggs in order, right? Because if we
Yeah.
don't, they're not going to hatch, right? So we have to make sure they're all lined up so that they can hatch.
Nicely said. Nicely said.
Dude, I
Mm,
feel like yeah, running that
You're
league
almost there.
would just be so fun, just by itself to run. Because that's what I did in a previous when I first started working. I worked at the Y, so I would be a PE teacher during the day. Then after school hours, we would officiate the sports for some districts over the like each sports season.
right.
So that
Nice.
yeah, so running like a little tournament that sounds awesome.
Oh yeah, one of my CFO, he actually runs a bunch of pickleball tournaments in Fremont.
Oh,
So
Oh,
he's on his third round right now, and so he has a lot of players, in the game and stuff like that. Um, we definitely have the connection and the hookup, and all that stuff, but we just don't have the money right now. So
mm,
we're in a good spot. We have all the connections, we have all the social media stuff. We're ready to go once we're ready, and we want to make sure the product is perfect. It's just a matter of getting that startup funding money,
are you trying to
right?
get the whole team
Uh,
out there?
no, it's just well for China, it's just me and my VP.
Okay.
So I'm the CEO, he's the VP. We have a CFO, we have a PR person, we have a media person, and then we have a quality person. So right now we have a team of six. Always looking to get more people if you want to work pro bono for a while, get some early stock or part of the company. And then once it takes off, then that's where you get your money. So the cool thing about our product is that it's a short-term gig. We know that it's going to be successful. There's like 90% chance it's going to do well. It's just a matter of executing, right? We just have to play our parts and execute. And then we're definitely gonna, make the sales. We have with the bank account almost ready to go. Just opening a business bank account. We got the LLC. Everything's all registered. We also have to start filing for the patent because our design is somewhat different from other normal panels. Um, so yeah, so that's where we at. So focus for this week and next week is to try to raise money. We're meeting up with an investor next Thursday. He owns like a bunch of farms. He has houses all over the place, and he could easily put in 50,000 like that, if he wanted to. So now we just got to pitch it to him, and he's also a student. He's one of our students that we coach. So I also coach pickleball, and my partner, my VP, he coaches as well. So we're high level players. Um, and so this student would definitely be interested because he's learning, he loves the game, and he knows how popular the game is. Him and his wife plays, and he has a lot of money. He's like a multi-estate millionaire. So and I think he'll be good to fund us. So we're trying to target, you know, be safe, maybe 20,000 or 25,000 from him, and then we'll look at some more investors. We don't need a lot of money to get started, but get 4 or 5 good investors, and we're good and running. So that's where we're at. And then there are always a lot of people that have so much money they don't know what to do with it. So, like LeBron James and some of the celebrities. I don't know if I told you, but I played with Jeremy Lin in Palo Alto, and I kicked his ass in pickleball. But I didn't. But he looked a lot shorter than I expected, right? So I wasn't sure, and he had all this clothing, and so I was like, and he told me his name was Jeremy. He's like, "Well, you look a lot awfully close to Jeremy Lin," and then he didn't reply, right? And then I played with his family and I think it was his cousin, and his brother plays there in Palo Alto too, at Mitchell Park. And I played with his brother too. So I'm like, if we can get the product to Jeremy Lin, he probably will just like give us money. And he probably won't, probably don't want anything back out of it because he wants the sport to do well. He wants it to grow,
That's
some
cool.
people will just do that. So we will see. We will see. Working different angles, but they're all super busy, and just getting a fraction of their time. Um, you know, will take some effort.
No, it's just funny.
That's really cool.
We spent all this time focusing on like marketing this mobile app. It's just interesting listening to your story about a physical product.
Yeah, it's completely
Yeah. So
different.
I've started another company in the past. I mean, I made money, but during COVID, it didn't do so well. I opened like a small coffee shop. Um,
Oh, okay.
and 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 in that business model, it's your margins are a lot lower. You have to work a lot harder. But the one thing that kept us alive during COVID is regulars talking to people. So the meet and greet and people knowing who you are, knowing the brand, they support you, especially during tough times during COVID. And that's what kept us alive. So at least my advice for people that are new to starting their own business is you have to build your regulars. You have to build your usuals, and even if it's like a website or some service, once you get a few good reviews, you grow on that, and then hopefully that takes off. So if you build a lot of regulars from people that get a lot of your 3D printed models, it'll
I
sustain the
actually have,
business,
yeah, I
especially
actually
during
do
tough
have
times.
a handful of people that bought multiple.
Oh my gosh. Dude, you
Yeah.
just blew my mind, Chan. You just blew my mind. You made me think of like, Ray, what if you started a membership, bro? Like a continuous membership that's guaranteed like recurring, and they get like maybe one print a month or something or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like a
That's
Nice.
club,
crazy.
like a
Like a
membership club.
club.
Yeah. Mm.
What?
Huh. I'll write that down.
Or
Guaranteed.
like like you go to those boba shops and if you buy 10, you get one free because you buy
Yeah,
frequently from the place. Promotions
yeah,
like that. No, seriously, promotions like that will get people coming back. And
yeah.
Oh,
as long as you
okay.
keep the
Wow,
quality
that
up,
took a, okay.
as long as you keep the quality up, you sustain the business model, right? So, you know, yes, you can get your first customer here and there. You can start growing your sales, but you want continuous business. You want it to last years, not just, what you call those like uh, it's I can't think of the word right now, but where you're instant viral for like a couple days and the next day, people forget who you are, right? You don't want to be one of those overnight, viral people. You want to be a viral people that will last over years and years and years to come.
Man, I'm gonna message one that's been following me since day one.
This has been really cool, man. Wow. Great conversation, by the way, guys. Great conversation. Wow.
Yeah.
Just one last check in on Lily. Doing all right?
你
That's all
好
right.
Lily. 你在吗？说英文吗？ Hopefully she speaks. 听不懂啊。Okay, nothing,
I appreciate you for trying.
nothing. Why is this code not working? Sorry, I'm programming at the same time that I'm in the meeting.
I
Uh,
feel like Ollie might be doing the same thing.
execution state.
I'm literally doing the exact same thing. It's great. What are you working on, man?
I have some Python code for some robotic stuff on the cloud.
Oh, that's right. You opened up as that. Oh man.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
was
I see what I did wrong.
I
Freaking
was
A, I forgot to
technically
put a
paid
question mark.
to teach Python. Like how long was that ago? Like 6 years ago.
Oh, there's a typo in my code. Shit, I put an ampersand instead of a question mark. Oh, there you go. Now it works. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. Sorry, you got my attention back.
You're good.
That's
Now
literally
it
what it's
works.
like.
Yeah. I put an ampersand when it should have been a question mark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you allowed to tell us what
One
you're
boob.
working on?
Not really. It's some cloud
Oh,
automation stuff for robots. That's about it.
yeah.
Uh, I can tell you, I work for a company called Fetch Robotics. They got bought out, so now they're part
What's
of
the name?
Zebra Technology. Fetch Robotics,
Oh,
located in
Fetch.
San Jose. Yeah. I have a nice system. I can work remote. So I'm remote for 3 days, and I'm on site for 2 days.
That's a nice setup.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can be remote 100% of the time if I wanted to, but
But you're
you
gonna
have to
go
go
crazy.
in. Yeah, you have to go in because it's that people experience, the social welfare, meet and greet
Yeah,
people or coworkers and stuff. It's
yeah,
helpful to be in the office.
yeah. At least for like a little while, right? Yeah, I agree. We were thinking about that, right? Right? The hybrid system,
Oh
but
yeah.
like way down the line.
So you guys both work for Softworks, or I mean, what's the situation here?
Yeah, well, so my bad. I didn't really take the time to describe it. My name is Ali, CEO of Softwurx, and with me is Ray. He's our
Hmm.
community manager, but honestly, he wears many, many hats, man. The does like he's the marketing manager. Uh, it's pretty much everything you need him to be, and it's awesome.
Kind of, you're
So
just
it's great.
trying to get the car to start rolling before all the seats are filled out.
You're trying to
Yeah,
get all his good sides.
Yeah.
Nice.
yeah. And we have a CTO. He unfortunately couldn't join us today. Other than that, uh, Softwurx is a very like relatively young company. I've been working on it in stealth mode for like about a couple of years. Just recently, the beginning of this year was a transition where we started opening it up to the public, and started doing more public-facing things. So think of Softwurx as a mission-driven innovation lab. We take ideas, we incubate them, we research everything that needs to go into it, and when we feel it's time, it's ready, we put it out in the world. We're currently working on our like it's a flagship project. Is a primary project. We really are focused on it. It's an app in the fintech space, and we're designing it to be your AI financial advisor. It's still very early stages right now, but it's really exciting. Um, but that's us in a nutshell, man. We open up this like our doors for meetups like this so that we can meet founders like yourself, and so we can get to know the community more. Um,
Sure.
but yeah, please give us like as much feedback as you want, on like the environment, the timing, how you do you feel like this is cool, this is not what you expected, everything because we want to learn, we want to get better. We want to we're continuously fine tuning these things. So yeah, so any feedback would be great.
Yeah,
So
right now
yeah.
we're trying to figure out what might have been a different factor between this week and last week because we had 8 people join last week.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was cool.
And so I'm trying to figure out what I might have done in promoting the event that might have affected that.
Gotcha. Were they all from the same place, or they came from different?
We
Um,
had someone from Canada, East Coast.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
so you guys write software for other people? Is that what you guys do? I'm kind of confused by what the end goal of your product is.
So we actually work on in-house projects that we devise out. We're closely aligned with social impact initiatives, so we focus on making sure that we create software with a purpose. So, for example, like we feel that right now there's like people need help in the money space, so we focus on creating a project that solves that those issues. And so think of Softworx as a machine that births and creates smaller machines. So every idea that we work on turns into its own little startup. We staff the project and we get it running into a proper business, and then it just operates on its own. So that's the end goal. Softworx's end goal is to create software that can help people, and that's really what we focus on.
Well, do you have any examples, like any specific products you have worked on,
Yeah,
companies?
absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's what I was curious about.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we're working on our product. We've spent some time in the last couple of years experimenting with smaller projects and smaller social issues. Well, not since it's smaller, they're all different, right? But just different missions. And so the one we feel the most passionate about is the money space, the fintech space. We looked into it, and a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck. So we start asking ourselves,
Right,
like, okay, you know, is there a way that we can help people to get financially free, and what does that look like, right?
right.
And then that those type of questions was like, oh wow, and so we started, just one, it started with lived experience, and then two, it was a combination of other people's lived experience and say, yeah, you know what, I like this idea. Actually, you know what, you're right. We spoke to some people. I spoke to coworkers. I spoke to different people about this idea, and they were like, oh, I first with just the idea, then second with like a landing page or something just visible, and then the third was like a prototype, and they will look at it and they're like, oh wow, this is really interesting. And so trying to understand like what their problems were, like they had issues in budgeting, they had issues in saving, they didn't trust these like institutional tools and services. They thought it was out of their reach, which is really interesting to me. It never really crossed their mind. They're like, oh, that's for business people or that's for companies. It's not really something I can do personally. So
Right.
we started investigating the personal finance space more, and the more we looked into it, the more we decided like, wow, this is actually a really huge problem, um, not many people have the mentorship they need in the financial services. Many people don't even understand. They know how to make it, like they get a job, they earn it, but they don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to grow it. They don't know how to invest it. They don't know how to use it, and in ways that we're like, okay, try to do something about it. So this is our primary focus right now is, we're spearheading this project, Paradoxly. It's an app that tries to create tools in a different way that can solve these problems, right? We are combining three things. So one is AI. We're going to use AI in ways that can empower people and can help them financially. Because AI is nice because it can help every individual as if they're the primary focus, right? Um, so scaling is great. Then second is community, where you have other people who are also in the same boat as you. So for example, like once you join and you start to talk to other founders that are in the same boat as you, and once we put more investors into that community, we can start to solve each other's problems. So we're bringing those two people together in one space. Um, and then the third component is education. And education is interesting and tricky because it's not easy to answer just like one, like just like that. Like there's multiple, right? There's different formats. For example, we can put videos in, that can help people. We can also design chatbots that can be specifically tailored to help you understand, because different people have different levels of education. So meeting them at the right place really matters, and that's going to be an interesting uh, problem to solve. So those are the three major pillars that we're including in the project and what we're focusing on solving.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. I
Yeah.
don't know. It sounds kind of a bit broad. In a way, the reason I say that is because they're trying to tackle a lot of solutions for a lot of people,
Yeah.
and especially in
Yeah.
a kind of abstract sense, like financing and
Yeah.
managing money, for example, right?
Yeah.
So
No,
because
that's a
of
good question.
the way it's broad or the way it's segmented in that sense,
Yeah.
it's hard for people to visualize. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I had no idea what the company did or does until you gave me an example. Even I'm from a tech background, right? So, for me to figure out what your company is doing took me
Yeah.
a while to understand. So imagine someone who's not coming from a tech background. It's like you
Yeah.
gotta simplify it, plain and simple for them. It's like, hey, I make software that manages your money for you. Here's an example, right? And if you say it like that, plain English, they'll get it, right? But if you say
Yeah.
it the way you say it, only tech people, only people that are savvy in that area will understand. People that are non-savvy, like your grandma, you say that to your grandma, and she's like, "What?" You're like, why should I invest
Yeah.
in you? I mean, how are you going to help my life? I mean, you gave them a big speech, you use all these big words. It's not dumbed down for them.
No, no,
When,
no. But I would deliver a completely different message if I was speaking to my grandma.
right,
I,
right,
I'm sharing with you, and you're a well-educated, founder, and
yeah,
understands what it is I'm trying to achieve here. No,
right.
of course, delivering the right message, I would never conflate the two. Um, and so, yeah, yeah,
Let's see, execution ID. Sorry, still writing code, by the way.
yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so it's interesting, So I think like my subjective opinion is that you need to have examples. You need to have something that on your website people can take home and they can kind of visualize using your software for, right? So I was on the website, softworx.com. It's very savvy, it has a lot of explanation, but you need prime examples. Like, for example, let's say Chase was one of your companies, big banking company, they use your software to drive understanding of, what the consumer base is, data analytics, and then they made this much money using your software, plain and simple, right? You explain on like that, and then it makes it easier for them to understand, and then it makes them easier for people to be interested. But the way it is on the website, there's a lot of nice pictures, there's a lot of content on there. But see, I don't know how I could use your software. I don't know how I could to make sense and use it for something that I can make more money out of. Like you said, right now people, want to they get their paycheck day to day. They want to be able to figure out, how they can make more money from their paycheck. Right? Is this an
Yeah,
investment
yeah,
software? Is it marketing or management software for money? Is it, ways for you and to figure out how you want to invest with your money? I don't know clearly how it's going to be used, right?
yeah. Yeah, that's good
So
feedback, man.
my thing is just focus on one solution, drive that to market, get numbers, fill your regulars, and showcase that. You know, showcase your regulars. This person made this much money with our software doing this, this, and this, right? Then people get interested. You know, um, and it's very simple. You know, one of the other things I was thinking about is they have these AI investment apps or software where the
Mm.
AI does your investing for you, right? And then
Yeah,
people, it's like, hey, it sounds like a good idea. It's very simple. Let's say I put like $100 in. How much can the AI make for me in like a couple of weeks? Or is it always guaranteed to make money? Is it going to lose money? What's my risk? Right. So I was like, okay, worth trying. So I put $100 in, you know, 2 weeks gone by. Oh, I made $10, in 2 weeks. And then like, okay, then next week I lost $15. And then next week I made $20, right? So it's like, okay, it's not a sure win all the time, but at least, is it better than me investing myself? Who knows? Could be. But it's proof is in the pudding, right? People believe it once they see it, right? They see it working. They see it, making money for them. But if they don't see it, they don't have videos of people using your software, doing something with it. Then it's hard for you to reach out for more people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the realistic aspects is is good for the business. I know there's a lot of theoretical stuff, conceptual stuff. There's a lot of ideas being thrown out. There's a lot of, but the intention is good. Making software easy for people to use. Like we get that, but then okay, how does that apply to real life? So you have to come up with use cases. You have to come up with real use cases, real people, real software, real solutions, and then show the results of those use cases. But other than that, website looks good. You got a lot of good content on there. Hopefully you guys will get more customers. You're attending a bunch of events, but you need tangible software product with tangible data. All right, guys, I think I'm good to go for this. I gotta finish this program, and then I'm gonna go play some pickleball. So,
Oh yeah, I
nice
keep
meeting all
forgetting
of
about
you.
the time difference.
Why? Where are you? You're not in the
I
West
mean,
Coast?
I was from California, but I'm in Orlando right now.
Oh, nice.
So in my
It's
head,
humid over there. Oh,
oh
Orlando
yeah,
has a lot of pickleball. No, I mean like in Florida, there's big, big pickleball over there.
I've only seen it
So,
at the Y. So like I came from the Y in San Diego, and then I see it in the Y over here, and it's normal to me.
oh, you should see a lot of courts, and there's an app for it. It's called Places to Play. So you bring that app, it shows you all the places you can play pickleball at within your location, and you'll see thousands of courts in Florida. It's the pickleball capital of the world. So
What? I didn't
there's
even
a
know that.
yeah, so there's a city called Naples. It's
Yeah.
further south from you, probably southwest, along the waterfront. And Naples has like a place that has like 60 or 80 courts of something of pickleball.
What?
So it's huge, and they have tournaments there. There's a lot of pros that play and practice there.
See, I didn't even
Yeah,
know
I've been wanting to go
it was
there.
like an
You know,
outdoor
Naples,
thing.
Florida. Yeah, it's more outdoors than indoors. You see more people play outdoors than indoors.
What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, indoors is it's actually rare because they have to pay for it. Most people don't want to pay to play. Um, but yeah, they don't want to sign up for membership, right?
That's a good
But
point.
outdoor parks, like tennis courts, they'll have pickleball courts next to the tennis courts. Um,
Oh, dude, I'm looking at all these pictures. Yeah, that's so many courts.
yeah, yeah. Look at it; it's huge. Florida is the pickleball capital of the world. So you're like, I was actually planning to go there with my girlfriend back in September. But then we broke up, and it's like, okay, never mind. But yeah, I plan one day I'll be there. I used to have property down there too, out in Tampa. I used to have a house, investment house there that I used to rent out.
Oh,
But yeah, Florida's nice.
Tampa's a nice place.
Okay, I'll catch up with you guys at another time. Thanks for
Yeah,
setting this up. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
stay in touch.
All right,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.
How's it going, Ray? Should we wrap it up?
Yeah. Lily, one last try. You there? All right, no problem.
Okay. All right, man. All right, let's wrap it up.
All right, looks good.